Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about nonlinear regression. We have already understood about linear regression and gradient descent in my previous lectures. In this video, we will try to pull up nonlinear curves on top of our dataset with help of curve fit. So without waiting, let's start. So let's have a brief about what you will be able to do after completing this video. So guys, you will be able to generate some random samples and plot these type of curves with help of functions. Okay, and after that you will be able to put nonlinear curves on top of these points and generate forecast for future. So let's import the libraries. So I have imported pandas, numpy and matplotlib pyplot. NumPy we will utilize to generate some random dataset. So let's generate a random sample with normal distribution. So for generating random samples, we have to just write np.random, then normal. Inside this, you need to give the size of the dataset. So we will generate around 100 points. So you can see that now we have 100 points generated. So these numbers will be ranging from -1 to 1. So I want a larger series like starting from -10 to +10. So I will just multiply this complete set with 10. So now you can see that these numbers are varying from -10 to 10. So let's save this inside some variable x. Now we know that if you want to generate a linear data points, we can just write y is equal to mx plus c. Here I will give some number to m, like m I will give 4 or c I will give 10. And this one is in small letters. So if you see y over here, so this is our y data set and this is generated based on 4x plus c equation. Okay, and let's see how this looks in the plot. So we will make a scatter plot. Let's define our figure. So we will give some figure is equal to plt dot figure. So now a figure is created. Now create some axes for this one. So ax is equal to figure dot add axis. Now let's add some axes on top of this. So we'll create 1 0 0 1 1. So our axes are now created. Now let's plot our scatter plot of points on top of these axes. plt dot plot, sorry, we will have scatter. Now let's give points x comma y. So it will not show up here because we have given in 3 cells. So let's combine all these 3 cells. You have to just press shift plus m after selecting all these 3 cells. So everything is now joined. Now just run this. So you can see that these are the points which are spreaded into linear way. We can say it's creating a simple line and it is generated from y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, now let's create a non-linear type of curve. For creating a non-linear curve, we have to just make this equation non-linear. So what I'm going to do over here, that I'm going to put up a square equation. So I will write y is equal to mx square plus c. Okay, so this will, since we have already a non-linear term over here which is square term, so this will create a function which is non-linear, and let's see how the points looks like. So you can see that it is creating a kind of parabola over here, and since it is a normal distribution, so you will find that the points which are far from the mean are very less and which are near to mean are very high. Okay, so this is the way you can generate different type of curves over here. Let's create something over here. We will write y is equal to mx square plus c. So we'll do something else over here, minus c multiplied by x cube. So this is the type of curve I am getting. Okay, so in this way you can generate n number of curves. Let's do something else over here, then do plus. We will also take fourth power. Now let's see how the curve looks like. So this is kind of parabola but having a very low amount of slope over here. So in that way you can do it. So if you don't want a normal type of distribution so that your point pretty much have same type of homogeneity throughout the curve, so you can convert this normal to simple random sample. Okay, so you'll find that right now your point are like not separated in a normal way. These are just random numbers, and these type of curves you can generate. So all these curves are non-linear curves. So you won't be able to fit up a linear curve on top of these points. So we have to use non-linear curves over here or non-linear regression. So there comes the use of curve fit. So I'm going to utilize curve fit to fit up all these equations and see how good we are able to optimize uh, line on top of these curves. Okay, so curve fit comes under scipy.optimize. So we have imported it. Now you have to define an equation for fitting up the curve. Okay, that if you give some x over here and you will get return, and it will return the equation value or y value. So I'm going to put up this equation over here. Okay, now you see that we have parameters m, c. So I'm going to give this into the parameter space over here, x comma m comma c. So we'll give that curve. So this is our curve function. So if we'll give x, m and c, it will return this value. Okay, in this way we define any equation in curve fit. Now let's apply the gradient descent with help of curve fit. So for fitting up a curve, you have to first provide the function name on which you want to put up the curve. Then you need to provide the x values. Then you need to provide the y values. And after that, you need to provide the initial guesses for your m and c. So these are the initial guesses from which your equation will start converging. So I've given 10 comma 5 for initial guesses of c and m. Now you have to give max fab. So these many iterations it will take to optimize your curve. So I've given like 10,000 iterations. Sorry, a small correction over here. So if you'll run this, it will give you two arrays. So this first array, it tells you what is the optimal value of your m and c after fitting up the gradient descent or the curve on top of these points. Okay, so you can say that this array tells you the covariance of the parameters. Parameters means m and c. So as good as will be your fit, the less will be your covariance over here. Okay, so if you want to go very in depth of these covariances and Jacobian, I'm going to create another video where I will explain how what is the actual meaning of covariance and Jacobian, and how to utilize them to provide the confidence interval to your curve. But for now you have to take care of only these 2 points. Okay, this is the value of m and this is the value of c. So what I will do over here, that I will save this curve fit output into two variables. So I'll say that p of parameter comma p of covariance is equal to curve fit. Okay, so this p of parameter will contain your value of m and c. This is 4 and 10 what you got after fitting up the curve. For generating my y values, I will do y is equal to curve, and I will give x over here comma, I'll give this m over here, this is which is 4, and I will give the c which is 10. Okay, so if you see, you will get y values on this one. So I'm going to convert because we have already saved these values on over here. So I'm going to save this as an y fit. So your y fit will be the fitted values, and I will run this again so that our y values will be saved. Okay, now let's plot both of the curves and points in a single graph. So first of all, we'll put ax dot scatter, then I will again put scatter, then we will give x comma y fit. Okay, you'll see that both of the lines are actually overlapping. And since we got from the applying the curve fit, we got 4 and 10, and these are the same coefficient what we got over here. We have m is equal to 4 and c is equal to 10. So our curve fit was able to find out the optimal value of parameters. But for making these 2 points different, what I will do that instead of taking this equation, I'll put up another equation over here. You can see that I have created another equation and I'm going to plot this one. Now I'm trying to optimize for this equation utilizing this nonlinear equation where I'm taking m multiplied by x, then I'm taking a cubic equation, and then I am subtracting c multiplied by x plus 4. So this is a simple nonlinear equation and it has a cubic term. So let's try to fit this cube on top of these points. So right now you can see that since we have utilized cubic equation over here, so it has given higher slope. For the initial point, it was being able to fit up on top of these points, but as we are going further from the origin, the our fitted curve is going upward. Okay. So this is the way you can fit up nonlinear curves on top of your data sets and see that how good we are getting up the prediction. So if you want to predict for future with help of this curve, you have to give x values for futures and it will generate the y value for the futures. Okay. There are other optimization function like hyperopt to optimize these parameters that we will going to discuss in some other video. But for now, try out other functions on top of this curve and see how gradient descent works. Okay guys. If you are first time coming to my channel, do not forget to press the bell icon and subscribe button because I used to come up with new videos every single week regarding deep neural networks, data visualization and machine learning. So with that, I will say you goodbye for this one and meet you in the next lecture.